according to what I just saw in the group, WhatsApp group. Someone, someone is asking that we should teach about green, is it green candle or red candle, green red, maybe the green red pattern. Okay, that would be what I will discuss today. For the past few days or some weeks now, I've been up in the binary option, especially having the class with you guys. I think because I was so much busy with the forex, that is why I didn't pay attention to binary so much. So I think now maybe I will not focus now on binary, then I'll focus next on forex. So today, as according to what one of you guys requested in the binary group, I think some of you are asking that we should have a class about um, green red green red pattern. I think what it means is that when a candlestick is forming green and you thought the price is going to form another green follow, and immediately the candle just reverse and change to red. I think that was what that person meant. That okay, in that case, what should we do when a candle is forming green and the other candle is forming, and at the same time the next candle is also red? What should you do in that kind of situation? Okay, that would be what I want to address us today on how we can deal with that. So let's just take a look at this chart now. So here we see that market is okay. Okay, look on the left side. Look on the left side. Okay, so I think the question is when we have a green candle, then followed by red. Okay, fine. We decided to this put option with another red candle, but unfortunately, immediately the price just turned to green candle, and next one was also red later. I think this is what we mean by green red pattern. And if you actually understand what is going on in that area, you should know that at that moment the market is consolidating.
See, see, I'm the one that told you. Do you know my schedule for tomorrow?
So you should know that in that case the market is doing what? Consolidating. This is a level when this is a level, right? And price approaches the level, all our thought is the price should drop. Okay, fine. We took the first trade, first entry, the market went down. Then we are still expecting the price to come down again by forming the red candle. But suddenly the price just turned back, form a green candle. Then we have decided, okay, maybe the few sellers are only available at this area. Let us go with buyers. Immediately the market just returned back and formed a red candle once again. Then you now consider, you now look at it. What is it? What is going on? Why green? Why red? Why green? Why red? That means the market is doing what? Consolidating. So in that case, when the market is doing like this, you have to pay attention to the neckline. Pay attention to the neckline. So pay attention to the neckline, and also pay attention to the level at the point where the market cannot be able to cross below or cross above. Because the first time the price reach this level, that is when the price entered. And again, the market now comes again to that same level, that is when the sellers entered. So you should know that at this point, there are some few sellers, and at this point, there are some buyers. So if the price comes again to that same level, you go with buyers. And the price comes to this level, you go with sellers. So one thing you should know that what the market always do is to play tricks or to deceive all of us. At times, like I said, once the price go up, you go with sellers, right? But the market might just form a small, the market might have known what you're going to do, and it just form a small green candle. Then you say, okay, let us go with sellers. But unfortunately, buyers still enter again to be the gap, and immediately the sellers enter. So that is what you need to observe when you are trading. So let's take some example of what is going on in the chart here. If you look at this level, this is our resistance. Okay, this is your resistance because from this level the price rise to this point and reverse. It created this level. And again the buyers still entered and sellers still entered. It created the same level when the buyers entered previously. Now when the sellers entered previously, we see a buyer's entry, sellers enter. Like what we see on the left side, anytime the markets the sellers entered, we always see next candle red. Same thing here. After sellers enter, we always see next candle red. But here, why is it that we see the next candle green? Okay, the next candle just immediately form green. Okay, fine. Let us go with buyers immediately. Sellers entered. It happened like that. So what I'm saying is that anytime the market does this thing like this, because you don't know where the market is going to consolidate, but you should actually know where it should consolidate. The question is, where is the market always consolidate? Where the market do consolidate at the key level, okay? But when is the market going to consolidate? No one knows about that because you cannot know where the market will consolidate. Reason why market consolidate is that because as you are thinking of selling, other traders are also thinking of buying. So maybe the buyers that are thinking of buying, you do push the price higher and the price form a green candle. Some sellers will say, let us sell the market, so then the sellers will enter again. So maybe by the time they broke the boundary where buyers do enter the first place, the market will start going more down. Okay, so that is what you need to observe. Okay, so if you want to draw a resistance here, this is a resistance. Okay, so the first time when the price reached this point, it dropped. Then buyers again entered, and again it dropped. So you should know that this is a support. That is a support because this is where buyers entered and this is where few buyers entered. You know, by the time we decided, okay, buyers entered from this point as it had entered in the previous one, let us go with buyers again on the next candle. But immediately the sellers entered suddenly. The sellers entered suddenly. The reason why it happens so is that by the time the buyers entered here, we only see two candles. The first one was strong, while the second one also was strong. This time the buyers become weak. That is why we have two both the rejection, the both side, upper and lower. So in that case, that means the buyers are very weak and not strong enough to push the price higher. Assuming that the buyers enter very strongly, it should continue the price again to that same point where sellers definitely enter the market. Then after drawing your support and drawing your resistance, now pay attention to what the candles the market is doing. Okay, look at here. When sellers enter, you know that sellers do enter the market here, buyers enter. Sellers enter, buyers enter. But the buyers are weak, so sellers enter. By the time sellers enter, what we always observe is that most of the time buyers will try to enter. Like for me, I will usually go with buyers in this kind of situation. I will go with buyers. But it depends on what the market is going to do. By the time you go with buyers, the market might be forming a green candle and immediately suddenly just change to red candle, maybe at the last second. That green candle it forms is already on maybe 30-second chart or 50-second chart. So maybe the buyers, a few buyers already entered. So it is not our fault and it is not our wrong analysis that we lost the trade. It's just that a few buyers did enter the market at that moment. When if you want to know if a few buyers will enter the market or a few buyers enter the market, you should always see the upper week. Look at the upper week here. Just a few buyers did enter the market. Anytime buyers enter, but this time the buyers are weak. Let us go with buyers again. Let's see if the buyers will actually enter the market. But unfortunately, a few buyers did enter the market. That is why we see this upper rejection. As we see this upper rejection, means that some buyers already entered the market, but not enough buyers again. That is why sellers enter. Now sellers now enter completely, fully inside the zone, inside the buyers area. That is why buyers enter. So these buyers that entered cannot just push the price higher. So that is why I said market must always consolidate inside a key level. Okay, market cannot consolidate here, but it can consolidate here and can also consolidate here. Okay, so you should know that anytime you draw a level, expect consolidation. At times it happens, at times it doesn't happen. Okay, so here the buyers did enter the market and suddenly sellers enter the market. Buyers again enter the market and sellers enter the market. Now the candle has break the level, has break the zone. You might be thinking of going with sellers, but remember on the left side that there's a barrier on the left side. There's a barrier. On the left side, there's a barrier either using the trend line or using the horizontal line. Okay, if you use the trend line, look at this point, look at this point, and look at this point. So you see that you connected the 3 points, the three joining points together. Then if you connect it to this side, you see that this candle also is touching the level. This is what I mean. Like this, and this. Or if you decided to use the horizontal line, this, 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 because if you look at it very well, you are connecting all the reversal points. Reverse points, reverse point, reverse, reverse. So definitely the price did touch the reverse point, and that is why we see buyers enter. Most of the time the market will decide to fill the gap. But according to what we are seeing here, the market touched the reverse point and buyers did enter the market. So there are two ways that the market can be the price can be suffering or can be let's say can be disturbed by some barriers. The barriers, the first one is this horizontal line. The second one is maybe you use a trend line. The third one is if you use this counter trend line also, you see that market also is stopped. So it won't allow the buyers to or the sellers to again to come down a little bit, except the sellers show some sign of strength. Maybe there's no rejection at all. They might decide to continue to the major level. But see, the buyers after this rejection, that shows some buyers activities. So buyers did enter the market. This level has been broken out That is why we see the rejection. Definitely got rejection for that point. Sellers enter the market. No rejection, right? And sellers still entered again. By the time sellers entered again, they come close to this major support. That is where we see some buyers entering the market. Okay, so if you look at this chart or if you look at what the market is doing here, this is the major support, this is the major resistance, this is minor. Anytime price comes to this point, either it reverse once or twice. But this level, this is where the market will definitely change direction. If you look at it very well, this is where market will definitely change direction. Market might decide to form green red pattern at this level before it move up. Okay, okay, so that is what usually happens most of the time. Okay, now let us take a look on the current price movement. How do you locate where is the resistance and where is the support? Let's find out. These are resistance, okay, because I didn't leave this also. These are resistance and support. If you look on the left side, there are so many turning points here, turning points, and here. This is a false breakout, right? Here also, the market reversed from this point. So this is what how we're going to do here is how this is how we're going to draw the supports. So I don't want to extend this support to this level because this is also included with the support level because that was a false breakout. So let's see. Now the price is now at the support level. So what do we need here? Pay attention to the candlestick and pay attention to the way the sellers did enter the market, approach the level. Only sellers candles, no buyers. This is where the sellers start entering the market. Only few buyers did trying to enter the market, trying to enter the market. But this time, few sellers now push the price up to this level. So let's pay attention to what is going to happen to the running candle. That is when you can decide what will be the next candle. Okay, so you see that immediately sellers entered to this level, buyers entered with this lower rejection. That lower rejection indicates to me that there's some there's some few buyers left. There's some buyers trying to push the price higher. So the reason why I decided to go with buyers here was because I'm seeing this lower rejection. This lower rejection from this level, from this support level, indicate to me that there are some buyers that are they trying to push the price higher. So maybe the buyers did not want to enter the market. Maybe decided to buyers decided to go up, and the market did not decide to go up and decided to come down. That means the market is still what consolidating. That's the problem we had when we are trading on the support and resistance. The market cannot just move up. Like I said, the market cannot just move up straight to resistance. The market cannot just move up straight to support. The market might decide to move straight down or straight up. Market might decide to just consolidate for a while before it find its way down or find its way up. Okay. So like I said, the reason why I decided to go with buyers here, okay, I can still go with buyers again because still there is still rejection. The reason why I decided to go with buyers here was because of this rejection from this support. This candle here is a reversal candlestick. Reversal candlestick and few buyers enter the market with this rejection. Fine, let me go with buyers. You see, I go with buyers slash enter. That's the problem. That means these buyers are not ready to push the price higher because a lot of sellers who sell this market are still trying to push the price down. They are still trying to sell. That is why the market will consolidate for a while. So, and again, the price did come back to the same level, same support level that we drawn with this lower rejection. That indicates that the market will form a green candle on the next candle. Now, this green candle that formed, what can we say about this green candle that formed? We see that buyers did try to push the price from this point. The market is not stable. From this point, to this, and they quickly got rejection. That rejection was very strong. That indicates that the sellers who are selling the market here are still much stronger to push the price lower. They try here, they stop at this level, they give chance for the buyers to enter. Now buyers enter. So buyers have become weak. Now again sellers enter the market. So here when sellers enter the market, it still close exactly at the same support level. Buyers enter. So the buyers managed to push the price to this point, create a new high, got the rejection from buyers, from sellers. That rejection was very huge. And that is why the sellers did enter the market. So this time I'm going with buyers because this candle has already created new high. New high means that the buyers are trying to test the high that see, let's see, maybe the price will go more up. And that is why we see a few sellers entry here. A few sellers entry here. So few sellers entry with this rejection from lower, I think maybe the buyers will definitely enter the market. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that means there was no sign of buyers to push the price higher. Sellers are still dominating the market, and the market is still consolidating. Now, pay attention to the consolidation zone where buyers entered and where sellers entered. Buyers entered from here, sellers entered from here. This candle close below the buyer's level, that and also close below the support level. And the candle now is a very strong candle. So, what do you think is going to be the next candle? I will go with sellers. I'm not doing what happened here. This what happened to this level right here. This one. This is a support level, right? This is support level. This candle close below the support level, buyer center. So this time again, it happened here. It's a call here, which means we are expecting buyers to enter. But remember the barriers. If you are thinking of barriers level, this will be the next barriers level. Or you can use the trend line to look for a barrier level. This is barrier level. Let me use the trend line. You look at it very well. The market hasn't touched the buyer's level. So in that case, we then expect, I think the next candle should be green. In that case, we are not expecting buyers to enter even after closing below the support level. So we are not expecting buyers to enter because it's not touching the barriers level. Also, if you try to look for second trend line, I think if you draw the trend line, this is how it's going to look like. So there's no barriers level on the second trend line. Or horizontal line also, this is how it's going to look like when you draw the horizontal line. This. So the market hasn't touched the horizontal line yet. So that is why sellers must enter the gain of this candle. Now let's see what is going on here. Let's see what is going on. From this level, buyers entered. Sellers push the price to this level with rejection, and buyers entered with having this upper rejection inside this level, right? So which means if sellers entered again from this point, we are expecting the buyers to enter the gate. That means the market is going to create this reversal pattern. Okay, the market is going to create this reversal pattern. But if the market is creating a reversal pattern, take note of or try to observe the barriers. Okay, so let's see how this candle is going to close. Okay, if I look at it very well, this is how okay. I think the next candle should be green because if I think of placing call option, we have the highest level here, we have the highest level here. I think that will be the next level the market should reverse. or it has already reversed on that same level. Okay, it seems that buyers are not strong enough. It seems that buyers are not strong enough. Maybe the market is still following this pattern, or probably the price has already touched the trend line. Maybe that is the reason why the market still formed the red candle. Now you see again the market still goes below this lower trend line. Before it didn't touch the trend line. So it formed a green red candle before buyers enter. Now this time it goes below the trend line. And if you are going to look for barriers, let's say we connect the trend line from here to here. So at this stage, maybe the buyers will enter from on this level, because I connect from the trend line from this low to this low, then connect again to the second, the third low. And at the third low, what I'm seeing is the candle almost touched the third low, and the next candle got rejection from this low, from this trend line. I think that would be because the buyers will enter the market. Okay, buyers enter the market, but this is also a level where sellers enter the market. The web support will definitely become a resistance. From there, we are seeing a rejections. So let's decide. Let's see. Maybe the sellers will enter the market because these are support level. This is support level where buyers entered. This can break the support level, and the market reverse got rejection. Next candle gap to that same level. So I think the sellers will enter the gain on the next candle. So maybe at that time when sellers will enter the gain on the next candle, maybe they'll fall in line with the continuation of this pattern. Okay, very few sellers. That doesn't mean the market will continue downward. Then look at this pattern. This is a pin bar. I think I might decide to go with seller because this is a pin bar from this previous support becoming resistance, the flip zone. And this is our next level where I think the buyer should enter. So I'm not expecting buyers enter entry here because this candle is a pin bar. As if this new low, I think it should continue to this level. Maybe the price will definitely fall in line to continue the way it is. Okay, few candle again. Definitely it should continue again just to fall in line with this lower trend line or with this trend line or with this trend line. So let's see. I was hoping to touch the trend line because if you look from the start, this is how the market is moving. Okay, so that is why I expect the price to touch this lower trend line before we can expect buyers entry. So actually sellers didn't enter, but it hasn't touched the trend line yet. It hasn't touched the trend line yet, and this is also a barrier. Got rejection from the barrier. Probably I will still go with seller because this is the trend line according to the pattern, to the movement inside this channel. I think this is the next level where buyers should enter. But this barrier also is also disturbing the. Okay, I think that would be the reason why buyers enter the market. Let me check other currency. So if you look at this chart, okay, buyers enter very strongly. If you look at this chart, where are the resistance? Where are the support? This is resistance. That is major resistance, major support. Major resistance, major support. Then what about the minor resistance, minor support? Minor resistance, minor support. So if you look at it very well, this is how the market is currently moving. Okay, this is support level. That is where the buyers entered. The market hasn't reached the support level. From here, we see sellers entered. Immediately buyers entered again, and sellers still entered the market. But it got rejection from this point, which means there are some buyers activities here, also buyers activities here, sellers activities here, buyers activities here. Okay, let me show you, let me find out. Sellers activities, buyers activities. So which means if sellers enter the market, that means the next candle will be red. According to what I'm seeing here, sellers are here, buyers are here. I think sellers should enter the gain of the next candle. See, the market is creating green, red pattern here. Green, green, red, green, red pattern. According to this pattern, this channel. Because the first time sellers entered, buyers entered again. Now the sellers still entered, got rejection. You should know that this is how the market is really moving. And this is how the buyers entering the market, the sellers entering the market. So that is why I expect, okay, the buyers need to come to this point. Let's expect sellers again to enter the game from this level. This is where buyers will enter the market. We try to extend the trend line, but this is where buyers will definitely enter the market. Now you see that the market did gap out of this level. From here, sellers are very weak, and the next candle just gap out. It didn't just decided not to go down. So in that case, which means the market has violated this level. So that would be next candle green. Next candle green. If the candle didn't gap out from this above this line, next candle will be red, just to fill the gap, maybe by reaching this support level or touching this trend line before buyers enter. But the gap out of this level, and this candle very weak, so we can't expect sellers entry again. So which means the buyers will again enter the market. So the minor buyers did cross the minor resistance, heading toward to the major resistance. This is the major resistance. From this point, we see sellers entered, again sellers entered very strongly. And again the buyers goes above this minor resistance. So I'm hoping the price should continue to the major resistance. Okay, it seems that sellers are trying to enter the market, or maybe the buyers. That is a false breakout. Okay, that is a false breakout. That is a false breakout. After the buyers spike out of this level, another sellers enter again. That is a false breakout. The sellers come back to this zone, to the range. There was no support. If we are talking about support, this would be the next support level. This trend line or this trend line. That should be the next support level. Or the next support level should be horizontal level. This and this. Because market did reverse here, reverse here, reverse here. I think that was the reason why price still entered the market. Okay, now the price has touched the major resistance. So what are we expecting on the next candle? Is wait to see if this candle closes with a rejection. No, there was no rejection. There was no rejection. So I think buy should enter for 1 minute because there was no rejection here. And if they see the buyers are entering the market again, look on the left side. You also see the price reach this high. That means this high level cover the whole from here. This is the whole resistance level. So let's see how this candle will close. Come on, see that seller center instead of buyers. That is why we are losing trade these days. Buyers want to enter the market. A lot of few buyers, that is few buyers already entered the market. That is why we always lose trade. Few buyers enter the market at this resistance. Instead of buyers on the next candle, few buyers already entered the market. But at last second, the market just closed as trade. That's why we are losing trades. Then again, we might decide to go with sellers because sellers already entered the market, but unfortunately, buyers still enter. So that is why when we are focusing trading on green red pattern, you should always stick to your plan, your trading plan. What that means is that always take trade with some kind of strategy. Look for a strategy. I'm going to show you one quick strategy, one quick trading strategy that you must always follow. Not to pay attention to green red pattern because green red pattern is the most reason why we are losing trades in binary option. So I'm going to show you a quick strategy now. Okay, let me do this way. So you look at this level, you look at this trend line which I've drawn, capture all the reversal points here onto this level where the buyers did break the level. Then I'm going to draw horizontal level. The horizontal level is going to be from this highest point to this highest point. From this highest point to this highest point. So that indicates that okay, see that no sign of sellers, no sign of buyers. That indicates that this is my zone. This is my zone. Anytime sellers come to this level with a rejection, I will definitely go with buyers. So I'm not paying attention to be trading on resistance and support because trading on resistance and support is not easy to trade in binary option. because of green red pattern. Market is full of buyers and sellers these days. Even market movement has changed these days. It's not like before. Before it's easy to trade binary option, but now the way the market move these days is not simple. It's not easy. Okay, so here this is a high. This is also the high. So which means the price come to this level. So I take this level as a zone. The price come to this level, I will go with buyers on no condition. I must go with buyers if there's any rejection. See that the first time seller center with rejection, buyer center, but this time no rejection. So I'm not going with buyers. So I'm not saying that because there's no rejection, let me go with sellers. No, just follow your rules. No rejection, no buyers entry, and do not trade. Then the lower side also, the lower side also, this is how I'm going to do it. Uh, okay, so that means from this level to this level is my support zone. First time the market got rejection, second time the second candle didn't reach the level, so I'm not trading. So once the price close below this line, then I'll go with buyers. But look the way the sellers are approaching the level, momentum. Okay, so once the sellers goes below the line, and most of the time the market will just tap right from this line and change to red and change to green candle. So that will be I will be targeting when the price might touch this level. So let's see, let me and see. Also, these two lines also you can also make use of these two lines because it should be a support, but sellers break the level. So maybe okay, see the market has start right at the line. I'm going with buyers. Here also look at it. This is a resistance, a support level. This is support level that should become this is a resistance that should become a support, but sellers they crossover. So this time maybe I should be expecting the market to reverse once the price comes to this level. Okay, I think that was a mistake. Like going with buyers now. I think going with buyers on the next candle to be safe because it's below the line and there's a rejection. I think this time buyers should enter. Okay, I made a mistake because I was thinking I didn't pay attention um, to the purchase time. I didn't pay attention to the purchase time. For this time, I think 1 minute the buyer should enter for 1 minute. Then also pay attention to this because this is where sellers buyers supposed to enter, but no sign of buyers. So maybe there's gonna be sellers entry once the price reach that level. So when you want to trade like this, always look for trend, a trendy market that easily you can draw the trend line. So don't force to draw trend lines. This is a trendy market, and if I decided to draw support, what is going on here? See no sign of buyers. Sellers keep pushing the price down. No sign of buyers. This is also resistance, already market, already reverse. Because this is how I'm going to draw the support level from this high to this high. The market already reversed here. The buyers did not enter the market. It was after the buyers entered because sellers have become weak. Okay, that is why we always look straight. We expect buyers to enter, but no sign of buyers yet. This time there's a buyer's entry. Now buyers is now above the line, so I don't think buyers should enter again on the next time. Let's see if the price still comes closer to the level, maybe the buyers still enter the market. Stop opportunity here. Then another one which I want to explain in the next 10 minutes is using consolidation as your support and resistance. This is the consolidation, support and resistance. So what I'm going to do is draw this horizontal line from here to here. So anytime the price comes to this level, I think sellers should enter the market. Okay, that was a mistake. The purchase time of the candle have already expired. So what I'm saying is that I look for a consolidation where the market forms green red pattern before the market moves away from that level. Then anytime the market comes closer to this to that level, the market should just reverse, maybe one time or twice. So that was what I'm expecting. So here it reversed, here also it reversed, but this time it didn't reverse. See the market still consolidates inside this level. And here it didn't reverse. So I was expecting maybe the price will reverse here, but it didn't. Maybe the buyers still entered again. Probably the next candle should be red because the buyers entered and are very weak with the rejection. Maybe the next candle should be red. This candle is going up, so I will look on the left side, draw a zone using the consolidations. Okay, this candle is at the zone with the rejection. I think I should go with sellers on the next candle. No rejections. Euro GBP. Nothing. Euro USD. I think Euro USD is this. Green red pattern. Okay, no sign of sellers. Euro USD. Oh, no sign of buyers. Market has changed direction. Okay, this one should be seller's entry because first time sellers entered here, this candle also closed inside the zone with the rejection and expecting seller's entry. Nothing here. GBP USD. I'm not using this kind of consolidation, though there's too much strong candles consolidating here, so I'm not using it as this one. This one I'm expecting seller's entry because of the zone. Okay, you see there's no sign of sellers. So you see, you guys can now see that most of the time when you are trading with a strategy, like I said, I always tell people that they do not think of holy grail strategy. There's no holy grail strategy. When you are trading with strategy, most of the time it work, most of the time it not work. So don't rely trading on strategy. Most of the time it works, and most of the time it don't work. Like if this is a strategy you want to be trading on, so first time you always use it once. Okay, like if I took a sell trade here and put option here, I won the trade. Should not be thinking of using it again. Maybe I'll just choose another pair, then I just trade on, I just carry on. Then another thing I want to explain is how to know the market direction. When you know the market direction, it will be easier for you to quickly understand the market next candle. Once you know the market direction, it will be easier for you to understand the next candle. Okay, I think the market has broke the level. I think it's going up. So I'm using higher time frame to draw the level. So I'll go now. I will go to lower time frame because I know the market will go up. So as the market will go up, so I will look for another sell, another buy trade. This is a support. It becomes a resistance here, also resistance here. So I think this is where the buy should enter. From this support, I think this is where the market is going to move. This is how the market is going to move. So I will be paying attention to what the market is heading to. So I think right now the market is heading to this level. I think it's going up because on high time frame the price has already break this trend line, so it's going up. Now on 1 hour, 1 minute time frame, I think this is support level. So from the support level, after the price drop, it should go up. So I'm going to take 5 candles here and see what we got. So the first candle is green. Okay, I think they are didn't make use of the correct purchase time. Second candle is green. Third candle should be green. So I want to take 5 candles here. So let's see how many candles are going to give me the best good results. Maybe it's going to be 2 green or 3 green. Let's see. Because the first candle here was supposed to be green and it's green. Second candle green. So I'm expecting third candle green. Let's see if the third candle is going to be green. This is when you use high time frame to identify the direction of the market. Then go to lower time frame, look for major key support and resistance to predict your direction, the market direction. Okay, this is a losing trade. This is a losing trade. I think next candle should be green. Still at the support level. So I've placed 4 candles now. two candles is win and one is loss. So I'm expecting this also to be a win trade, maybe a green candle, because this was my expectation. The price should go up. Okay, I think next candle should be green again. So now I'm having three wins and one loss. Next candle should be green. So it doesn't matter if the market doesn't just move up. The market might be desired to be consolidating or range for a while before it moves up, or maybe it doesn't want to go up, maybe it want to visit the downside. But according to the 1 hour which I just analyzed, I'm expecting the price to go up. This is another way of predicting price direction. So you can see out of five trades, this was the only loss we had. The first one win, second one win, third loss, fourth win, fifth win. I'm going to open another chart now. Then I'm going to show you another way, another same analysis. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Check what is going on the 1 hour chart. Ah, can't draw a trend line here. It's nothing to analyze here. No, so we have done this. This will be the last because I'm having a forest class now. Oh, come on, no opportunity here. Okay, this is 1 hour chart, and market is consolidating. This is a support level. These are support level. Become a resistance multiple times. This is also a level, and the market break the level. So this is like head and shoulder pattern. This is the next line. Maybe the market will definitely visit the level once again. So this time I'm expecting some, because this is the level right here. I'm expecting some bias entry. So now what I'm going to do is go to 1 hour, 1 minute chart, draw my major support and resistance. So what I'm expecting is the price to rise from this point to this. So I'm going with bias on the first trade. I'm not saying if you want to do like this, you should always place your trade here. Always wait for the right moment. Wait for any, maybe a pullback or rejection, then you place your trade at the right entry point. Okay? This is just a practice account. I can't be doing like this and real account. Even though I missed the opportunity, so maybe I'll wait for the next candle. So we have taken first trade. Because I'm expecting the price to rise again. Let's just accept the first trade is a win. Second trade, so let's accept that the first trade is a win, though we took a trade late entry. So but let's accept that, because if I want to take live trade, I'll wait for the right opportunity. But this one, I'm just explaining. So first trade call, second trade call again. So what are we having now? We have already one, two trades, or we have already one trade. Let's see, maybe this is going to be a winning trade. Look on the left side. This is also barriers. Okay, so that's my set to enter, but I'm going with buyers only. Second trade one. We want this trade. We want this trade. So maybe this third trade also is going to be. I want to take five candles. Five candles. We go. If out of these five candles, one is a losing trade, you are good enough. Okay. So you see that I didn't use any strategy. There's no strategy here. I just use the way the market is going to move on higher time frame. That is how I do trading forex. Using higher time frame to analyze the direction, then go to lower time frame for entry. That's how I do. So I didn't disturb myself about trading support and resistance, looking for green red pattern. I'm still going with buyer. So third trade also is a win trade. So first trade, we want the trade, we want this trade, we want this trade. I think we might definitely want this trade. So we have won four trade now. If you look on the left, many sellers entry at this level. The buyers are also as strong. I think we should go with buyers again on the next candle. Okay, so we want the fourth trade. First trade one, second, third, fourth. So let's see if the fifth is going to give us a winning trade. Okay, the fifth trade was a loss. So that means we have four wins and one loss. Now combine the two pair we just trade now. Combine the two pair. The first pair that we trade, the first trade, we have four ITM, one OTM. The second pair we trade, this also four ITM, one OTM. So out of 10 trades, you only have two OTM, and that is good. Okay, so when you are trading like this, that is also good. So there's no need for you to trouble yourself to be trading on support and resistance. Trading on support and resistance is not easy in a trading binary option these days. Okay, but a lot of traders now are now trading the market, the financial market. So by the time you are thinking of buying, other traders also are thinking of selling. Because the reason why is because the way they analyze the chart might be different from yours. So okay, so that is what I want to explain to us. Now, if you go to 1 hour chart, you see that the market is still at the level, only got rejection from this, only got rejection from this, just like Wasumodu pattern. Okay, guys, so I think now I should call up the class for today because right now I'm switching back to forest class, so we are having a forest class. also maybe I'll connect a binary course maybe this month, binary course this month. So today I just explained to us why we always go straight and why we always run trade when we are trading on support and resistance. And the easiest ways to trade is to find out the direction of the market first. So the first part which you first trade when I'm drawing support and resistance, you see that I didn't analyze the direction of the market. I just draw support, draw resistance. When price comes to the resistance, when price comes to the support, you play the trade. But it end up that we have so many loss. Okay, reason why no prediction of market direction yet. But this time, this we already predict the next market direction. So you should know where you should expect seller's entry and where you should expect buyer's entry. It's psychology. Okay. Yeah, I know the sellers will enter. I know. But according to the price movement is convincing me maybe buyers will continue again. Buyers they continue but reach this point, sellers enter the market. So which means the market is still respecting here. That's why I say that we have so many sellers around this area. Okay. You might be wondering or you might be asking the question or want to ask me the question, how did I know sellers are here? Well, if you look on the left side, seller center, seller center, seller center, you should know that this area is dominated by sellers. So you should not doubt that. So that means anytime price comes to that level, sellers must enter. But most of the time, sellers might not enter, buyers might still keep pushing the price higher. So that's why, because I'm going with buyers, so let me go with buyers. Okay, so let me just show you one example, then we call it a day. First thing, switch to 1 hour chart, then analyze the charts according to what you are seeing. Support, 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 resistance, resistance, resistance. I think this is how the market is moving. Okay, so that is how the market is moving. So that means this is also support, support, resistance. So maybe we are expecting last entry for the next time. So I'm expecting a drop. So what I'm going to do is now go to the 1 minute chart. I know the market will come down, so we'll go to 1 minute chart, then draw. So that's has already entered. So the market is going down. Okay. So last break level, maybe once the price pull back, go to place put option. The sellers buyers are very weak. I think sellers should go more down. Let me find where we can expect the buyers to stop, the sellers to stop. I think here, maybe sellers will definitely stop here. So let's opt for that. Okay, let's assume this first trade is a win. Let's go with sellers again. I'm going with 5 candles here as put options. let's assume the first trade is a win because our position is right, but our entry is late. So we want the first trade, the second trade also. On the left side, we see some kind of change in price movement. That means there's something going on around here, but I'm expecting just only one red candle, so no much price order here. So that is why I'm expecting maybe sellers will go more down again. Okay, third trade one, fourth trade. Let's hope we're gonna want the trade again. Now, one thing is that once you are placing trade like this and the first loss, you might decide maybe you encounter the loss during when you are placing the put option. You can just stop trading at that moment, just for you to have a good winning rate. Okay, I expect sellers and trade again. Okay, the fourth trade is a loss. Okay, so let's hope the fifth trade should give us a winning trade. So let's say you are trading now on your live account. You want this trade, you want this, you want this, and this you lost. You can stop because when the market just reverse like this, instead of going straight to the point, when market reverse, market might decide to just play around for a while before it finally find its way to the level. So you might be thinking maybe sellers will enter, but that buyers still entered again, market consolidates. It might confuse and you might decide to, and you might be placing the wrong trade. So it's better for you to stop here. So stop here once you have one lost trade. I should have stopped, but I didn't stop. So I expect sellers entry, but no sign of sellers. Probably the market might decide to consolidate for a while. So in that case, we have two lost, three wins. Two lost, three wins. So out of 15 trades that we take, we had four four loss, 11 wins. Four OTM, 11 ITM. That is still a good winning ratio. Okay, guys, see you next week. Okay, so go and practice this. This is very simple. This is the easiest way to calculate candlestick, not by trading support and resistance. Trading support and resistance is not easy in binary option. Okay, because market will be forming consolidation, green red pattern. So always find out before you predict any candlestick. First, find out the direction where the market is going to head to. Maybe the direction in markets. So find out the direction of the market, up and down, then you place your trade. So for you to be on the safe side, if you are placing, let's say the price is going up, and you place the first trade one, second trade one, third trade one, then the fourth one is a loss. Stop trading at that moment. So don't place a trade again. That means you already have three ITM, one OTM, just for you to keep your balance safe. Okay, just for you to keep your balance safe. Or if you take the first trade, you are heading toward to five trades. First trade one, second trade one, fourth, third. But let's say you have already won four trades, four items, then the last one is loss, you are still good. Your winning ratio is still good. So it's better for you to stop. Okay. Probably this is the market didn't reach the level which I was expecting, or maybe I should adjust the line, or maybe I should adjust the line just to make sure. Okay, maybe the market has already touched the line. This. Okay, that was the mistake I made. So maybe if I just make a correction, then I know the market has already touched the line. Okay, guys, see you next week. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Now, those of you who are into Forex, let's join. Let's start now. I think I'll create another group for Forex. I'll create another link, or maybe I should use the same link in the Forex. So, for the Forex market, for the Forex, we're going to discuss what we went through last week. Okay, I think the last two trades that we took yesterday, Friday, was very bad.